Hello, and welcome to Dolphins Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Sentinels of Earth Prime, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, One Deck Galaxy, Aeon's End, Spirit Island, and Horizons of Spirit Island, all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. Technically not One Deck Galaxy, it's in early access. And One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. You can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. So, it is me, me, just me, myself, and I, playing Spirit Island since, well, I am not joining Spirit Island Sundays because of how busy I am. I'm actually crazy busy now that I'm actually in the full swing of things this semester. I am teaching 12 credits. I have a class that meets tomorrow morning, and I basically haven't really had any time off in the past 2 weeks. Because I also have another part-time job that I've been maintaining on the side, and that's been trying to line up in the hours that I'm not teaching, but I also have to do work outside of teaching as well, and yeah. Not that I'm complaining, I love it all, it's all good. But it's kind of nuts to think about, like, I've been very diligently getting work done every evening for my classes, and I think I'm not even done yet. I don't know. I'm actually done with stuff for the week though, because one of the things I needed to do was to make videos for my online class, and I got that done. So that is the class that meets tomorrow, but that's done. And then I have the weekend, which isn't really time off, as I have to then start preparing for next week's stuff. So the process just starts repeating itself. But compared with where I was last week, I'm actually a little more ahead, so I guess that means I'm doing better? I don't know. Hello, Nezu. Welcome. We're playing Spirit Island today. I'm trying to decide exactly what I want to do with my Dolphins Dive these days. For a while, we were doing the vintage one-shots. That's kind of fallen to the wayside, partly because I started focusing on One Deck Galaxy. I'm wondering if I should just mix it up and do like Sentinels for Oblivion, do Spirit Island, do One Deck Galaxy, and then do a fourth game or something like that. I don't know. Do one of each every month. I don't know. But in any case, it is Spirit Island today because I felt like it. Spirit Island has actually been on my mind lately, probably because I don't get to play it every Sunday now. So it's kind of it's one of those things that I need a fix for. So let's go ahead and play it. I'm playing the beta build, which means that we will be seeing some Jagged Earth content, mainly power cards, which I'm not sure if I think they do actually appear here. Yep, Blood Draws Predators. That is indeed a Jagged Earth power card. Physically, it would actually show an icon in the corner that shows what expansion it comes from, but I guess that is not supported in the current app, and that is okay. There are also Jagged Earth. I don't think there are Blight cards yet, but there are definitely Fear cards. Which one of these is a Fear card? Skip all build actions and lands with City. Is that a new one? Honestly, I don't know. The language has also been updated on these cards. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan and each 1 damage. That is a card in vanilla, but it is labeled slightly differently. Yeah. But the events, I think, are a little more obvious because they are events I would not be familiar with. Smaller ports spring up on each board with exactly 1 coastal city. Add a town to a coastal land without city. That is very interesting. On each board with exactly 1 coastal city. Choose a land with towns and Dahan. Push 1 town per 2 Dahan there. Very interesting. And then there are like 3 well, there are 3 event cards that were ruled out with Jagged Earth, but I think they were already eliminated in the digital game. Outpace, I know, is one of them. Never played with it, never used it. But in any case, I'm rambling. Let's play Spirit Island. I am gonna hit quick play. I'm feeling a 4-spirit game, honestly. Let's do it. And for this, I'm just gonna hit my usual 8 to 10, which is sometimes gonna give me a difficulty 5 game, and that will make it fun. Hey, difficulty 5. Look, I called it. France 5 and nothing else. No scenario. And this is on a normal map as well. Spirits are serpent slumbering, shadows flicker like flame, river surges like sunlight, and stone and sand. I don't remember the rest of his name. All right, France. So the additional loss condition, we have a limit of 7 towns per player. Invaders win if you ever cannot place a town. So we have 28 towns limited. Escalation, demand for new crash crops. After exploring on each board, pick a land of the shown terrain. If it has buildings, add a blight, otherwise add a town. And we have the game effects. Except during setup, after invaders successfully explore into a land which had no buildings, add an additional explorer there. During setup, during setup, I don't know why I said it like that. During setup, put the Slave Rebellion event under the top 3 cards of the event deck. So Slave Rebellion, stages 1 and 2, you add a strife to a town. Stage 3, destroy a town, add a strife to any 2 buildings on each board as well. Then every invader takes 1 damage per strife it has. Also, invaders with strife take 1 damage per Dahan present, and you add a Dahan per building this destroys. Which is fun. After invaders build in a land with 2 explorers or more, replace all but 1 explorer there with an equal number of towns. During setup on each board, add town to the highest numbered land without towns, and also add a town to land number 1. Whenever invaders build a coastal city, add a town to the adjacent land with the fewest towns. And when you remove Blight from the board, put it here instead of onto the Blight card. As soon as you have 3 Blight per player here, move it all back to the Blight card. What this essentially means is that you have to Blight the island before you'll be able to remove enough Blight to put it back to the Blight card. Which is interesting. So when there's Blight, it's basically permanent. You can remove it, but it's still not going to be on the Blight card. You have to Blight the island before you can actually remove enough Blight. So that's something to watch out for. Yeah. Okay. Play the game. They're exploring the sands. Also forgot to look at the lands that we have. We have boards. We have board H, board D, board C, board B. So board H is a new board. This is Rising Heat of Stone and Sand, right? Yes, I got it right. I said that guy, but it was because I couldn't remember what it was. I remember the Stone and Sand. I couldn't remember what the first words were. I also couldn't remember if this was Serpent Slumbering Beneath the Island or what this was. I knew it was Serpent Slumbering. Didn't remember the rest of it. It's interesting, like, these names for spirits are definitely very long, but a lot of people tend to abbreviate it to 1 or 2 words. Like you say, this is Serpent, this is Shadows, this is River, this is Stone and Sand. I've called it Stone and Sand. I don't know how other people refer to them as, though. Bringer, I call Bringer, but I think other people call him Bowden. Ocean is Ocean. Vital Strength of the Earth is weird, because I think a lot of people don't say Earth, but do they call him Vital Strength? Do they call him Vital? Is it Earth? I don't know. I think actually it is Earth, but you know. Yeah, okay. Anyway, Sands. 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 I feel like I'm all over the place today, but it's because I've been busy. It's hard for me to focus when I've been busy. My brain's basically fried. I also hit the wrong land there. So why am I playing a 4 spirit game? I don't know. Seemed like a good idea at the time. All right. So how do we want to proceed? We first need to look out for any coastal cities, as those will result in extra towns. There are no coastal cities being built, though. This one has a disease and wasn't building a city. And this one is not a coastal city. In fact, I think there's 2 cities being built, H8 and D7. Don't think that we really have the means of stopping them right now, though. Like the main people to reach for would be Shadows or River, and they don't seem to be able to. We do have Rising Heat, so let's remind ourselves, and also me, how this spirit works. So special rules, Blistering Heat. At your sacred sites, invaders have -1 health, minimum 1. Innate power, scorched with waves of heat. Slow power, range 1 from a sacred site, targeting any land. If you have 2 fire and 2 air, 2 damage to explorers only. If you have 3 fire, 2 earth, 2 damage. If you have 4 fire, 1 air, 3 earth, 2 damage. If you have 5 fire, 2 air, 3 earth, 1 damage to each invader. Growth options are reclaim all cards, gain a power card, gain 1 energy, or add a presence to sands or mountains at range 3 twice, or gain a power card, add a presence, gain 2 energy. Add a presence range 1, I suppose I should say. Yeah, so obviously much easier for the spirit to get into stones and sands than it is to get in any other land. But it can get in other lands. Power cards are Gift of Searing Heat. Target spirit gains 2 energy, or target spirit may pay 1 energy to do 1 damage in one of their lands. Or Sweltering Exhaustion. 1 fear, skip up to 1 ravage or build action. Or call in herders for aid. Gather up to 2 Dahan. For each Dahan present, push up to 1 explorer, town, or Dahan. Or Stinging Sandstorm. Gather up to 1 of your presents, 1 fear, and 1 damage. This can also target any stones or sands, so that's cool. So let's see. And then also the setup for the spirit is worth noting. Setup to put 2 presents on your starting board in the highest numbered sands. So that went to C6, and that is where my presence is. And the town that they build there is going to have -1 health, which is nice if I can do 1 damage to it. My innate power will only deal damage to explorers as it currently stands, though. But we could do, well, give Searing Heat, but I can't target myself. Sweltering Exhaustion to prevent the ravage. It's only a town that's building there, so I could use Call on Herders for aid to push the Dahan, or push the town out with the Dahan. Or we can just do Stinging Sandstorm and do the damage that way. Is a possibility. I like to kill towns against France because towns are a lost condition. Pushing it is okay, but doesn't lower the town count. What else? Rivers board. This build we can push the guys out with Wash Away or Massive Flooding. E3 is a little harder because it's more out of range, but if I did like grow like this way, which I'm just gonna hit this because I'm very likely to just do this anyway. Gets me the sacred site in B1, puts me next to B3, so I could do Wash Away to prevent that. It again doesn't destroy the town, but it does prevent the ravage. It has Dahan, so we'd like to probably save the Dahan. We could also not save the Dahan, or rather we could not gather the town, but instead gather the Dahan into B2. Looking ahead, if I have Gift of Searing Heat next turn, I could do Flash Floods into B2, if that's a sacred site. And since that's coastal, I do 2 damage. And with the extra damage from Gift of Searing Heat, I'd be able to kill that city. Not really a priority, but that is something to think about. You might want to be able to destroy the town in B1 if they explore wetlands, because that would be a coastal city down the road. Let's see. Shadows. Obviously, D7 is a city, and it has Dahan, which is tragic. But we can save the Dahan with favors called Due. Pretty good fear card. Can use that to try to save the singletons that might get converted to towns with certain event cards. Could do crops wither to replace one of the cities with a town, but that ups the town count, which is actually really bad. We could do concealing shadows to let them ravage there, and actually it's not that bad of an idea. Because if they're gonna blight there anyway, you can put the Dahan in there with favors called Due, and then block them from taking damage with concealing shadows. They still blight, but you still kill a city and a town, which is 3 fear. So that's a thought there. As for D4, well, if I'm playing, say, favors called Due, and I'm playing Concealing Shadows next turn, I'm playing one of these 2 other cards this turn. So Darkness Swallows will be active, which gets me a Gather and Explorer, which actually stops the D4 build. So that's pretty good. Probably need energy. I tend to click on the energy growth here to start with, as we want to definitely get to 2 card plays. But it's very hard to keep energy when you have 0 energy per turn. This is range 3 presence. So this can go really far. Should it go very far, or should we do a Sacred Site in D5? I feel like we want this to go very far because we're already using the Sacred Site for D4 to D6 or whatever. So we can make this presence go very far, and then the next presence can form a Sacred Site very far away. Range 3 is pretty far reaching, but not as far as I would have liked. I was thinking I could hopefully see H8, but there's that. We also have to consider that we would like to absorb Essence, I suppose. Serpent's only playing 1 power. We probably should look at what this power is, and that might decide what we want to do with Serpent. So Serpent, the thing I always remember with Serpent is that the only 3 elements he doesn't care for are SAA, which is sun, air, animal. I always think SAA. I don't know why I remember it that way. But he doesn't want suns, he doesn't want airs, he doesn't want animals. Everything else he needs in some capacity. It's a little more complicated exactly what he wants. Plants for the left, earth for the right, fire, moon for the right. But sun, air, animal is the one that's always bad. And 3 of these have sun. 3 of these are really good river cards. Whoops, my bad. Inflame is not bad because it gives a plant for the left energy, or the left element track. It gives moon and fire for the right, but no earth. This only gives water. This only gives water. Plant, this gives water. Moon. Yikes. I want Inflame. I'm probably not playing it this turn, whatever I pick here. Plus range is generally useful. Because like with shadows, with concealing shadows, we're going to be spending an energy in order to be able to target D7, as we can pay an energy to target land with Dahan regardless of range. But if I have Reaching Grasp, I don't spend that energy, so that saves shadow energy, which is pretty good. I think I'm just going to click it because this is a 4-player game, so range is really good to have, even if it's not good elements. I could have taken a plant card, which I guess would be one of these 2, just because, actually, Sonic Sanctity is a pretty good... Actually, let me go back, because that might be the better pick, now I look at it. I wasn't even looking at what it did. I was looking at elements first. But it does push all explorers, which is really good against France. And it targets mountains or jungle, which is definitely two of the three. Not one of the three, two of the three. It's either mountain, jungle, or wetland next. Also removes blight, but we can't really remove that many blight this game anyway. I think I'm just gonna click that. That seems a little better. A little more France-proof. What about stone and sand? What would we want to do? Damage to explorers only is pretty bad, I guess. I mean, we could set up a sacred site and hope that they explore there, and then we can do that damage there, but I probably don't want to try to push for that damage there. I think our plan was to push C6 out or to do Stinging Sandstorm to do the damage. Probably Stinging Sandstorm to deal damage. That's probably pretty good. I like power cards. How much do I care about making another sacred site? I don't think I really care about it this turn. That said, I guess let's just gather up to. I'm gonna click this to have energy and to gain a power card. Make it minor. And we like fire a lot. We also like earth and air. So whatever we can get is generally pretty good. Rouse the trees. I think that's it. Has fire, has earth. It's from a sacred site. Yeah, I click that one. That can kill cities. If my sacred site is there. So since I can grow into stone and sand very easily, I'm gonna grow into a wetland or jungle, probably. Let's go to C1. I want 2 card plays. So I can use this to kill everything in C6. Also pushes an explorer. Not bad. I'm definitely not gonna have 2 fire, 2 air, but that's fine. If I don't play one of the earth cards, then I'm guaranteed to hit 2 damage next turn if I get to 3 card plays. I don't think I'll have the energy for that though. Does Gift of Searing? I guess we're thinking about doing that in B2. Do we want to do that to stop a build? We're not really in a place where that would stop a build. Although we could place a presence to stop a build. But I think energy's a little more at a premium right now. I would like to not spend energy on that. Skip a Ravage or build action. Could use that to stop the build in H8 actually, which stops an inland city. And then I could defend that more easily with Aegis. Yeah, seems reasonable. So I would want to grow into H6 by next turn. Doesn't have to be right now. I'm playing Absorb Essence, right? Target spirit gains an any and an energy. So I guess the question is, who am I gonna absorb? If I absorb River, we actually hit massive flooding threshold. Depending on what I play, it's probably like these 2. If I do those 2 for Wash Away, I don't actually get it. It would have to be Boon of Vigor. In which case, I'm giving this to... I guess if I give it to Rising Heat, then you can play 3 cards next turn, so we could do Sacred Site to do 3 card plays. Interesting. But Shadows is also a pretty good candidate for hitting with Boon of Vigor. With 2 card plays plus energy is nice. The other question is, which presence am I absorbing? B2? Ditch the whole plan for... I guess I don't need a Sacred Site there, though. I can just place another presence there next turn for Gift of Searing Heat or something. I'm probably not going to Gift of Searing Heat, though. I'm not going to be able to afford it for the damage. Doesn't mean B3 was a problem after all, right? I guess we can Flash Floods there still next turn. Anyway, alright, so... then... so basically we have this sorted, we have this sorted, we have this sorted. Not that one, but that doesn't matter. We have that sorted, that's tangentially sorted. That's sorted, that's not really sorted. So 2 lands are not sorted, that's fine. Where does Serpent want to go? Because you're not going to really get elemental thresholds this turn, it doesn't super matter. So let's just put you in C6, or H6, my bad, just because you're going to be growing there, or H1. Actually, H1's probably better, because if they do explore jungle, we could do something there more easily, maybe. Although you don't really have fast things that would work for that, right? Let's just do H1 just because that's probably more of a threat. Spirit Island is very much a planning game where most of your time is spent planning and not so much time doing. And that is okay. So Favor's Call Due into D7. That leaves us with Crops Wither and or Mantle of Dread. Not and/or. I guess we could go into B5 or D4 and just Mantle of Dread the town out. Or no, sorry, B5 sorted. So it's either D4 or C2, and C2 is far away. So I guess I'm going here. Mantle of Dread myself. Favor's Call Due into D7. Except I already was dealing with D4 by gathering that Explorer out. I forgot. Okay, so that is sorted. I don't need to do my presence there. I undid the wrong one. I can't hit C2. That's too far away. I guess I could go into a coastal land that has a town and downgrade it with Crops Wither to prevent the city that way. Can't be H1. So it could be D1 or B1, but I think B1 River can deal with if needed. So D1. Okay. I think that's everyone sorted. So we absorb river, eat that one, take a water, boon, stone and sand, prevent that action, and gather this guy. I don't want to spend energy on this, but I guess that means it will have to be that land. Okay, so they're asking me because I can optionally prevent this one and I want to skip it. Well, also it's asking me just because there's coastal lands. Whenever there's a coastal land build, they always want you to ask. What lands? All right, so for the wetlands, we have a coastal city here. We have a coastal city here. So those are the threats. As if they do a coastal city, they add a town, which is bad. So Flash Floods deals with B1. I think I was planning on River Spouting to save the Dahan in B3, but I screwed that up somehow. So I'll rouse the trees here. I guess I could rouse the trees B3. Then I can't do C6. So we're gonna have to figure out B3 now. This is now question mark. Favors called due there. Let's take the singletons, and I think that's all I need. I'll leave the other guys. That outnumbers the invaders, so we get the 3 fear, and it's enough to kill everything in there anyway. Let's downgrade the town to prevent the coastal city there. Serpent rouses, which deals 1 damage. Nice. Massive flooding to... I can't hit this one. I could let B5 ravage and just stop cities on B6 and or B1. Not a bad idea. We can flash floods B1. Yeah, let's let that land ravage stop the cities. Cities are bad. Also stops the build here, which is really good. Doesn't just stop the city, stops the build. So this is a ravage. Reverse bounty. Is there a Dahan hiding underneath there? No. Where's the... Isn't there supposed to be another Dahan on this board? Oh, I gather. Oh, right, there was. It was over here. Duh. I took that singleton. Okay, because I was thinking like I could reverse bounty here, but there's no 2 Dahan, so I want to reverse bounty there. I don't think I need the Dahan in B1. I'm gonna take it anyway, because it could be converted by Dugan. The Jeff Dugan event. So called because Jeff Dugan is scaredy of it. I don't think he's actually scared of it, but every time I think of that event card, I think of Jeff Dugan because he was the first one to alert me to its existence, and rightfully so. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's an event card that says any single Dahan next to a city, I shouldn't say any, but on each board, if there is a Dahan adjacent to or in a land with a city, convert it to a town. Once per board. So the cities that exist, if there's a singleton Dahan next to it, that's bad because it could get converted. Okay. So H6 is building. How many builds are actually happening? 8 towns? Okay. So flash floods in B1 was our plan. As for the ravages, that's defended, that's not defended, but dies. That blates, and we need to solve that one. We need to solve that one. I mean, not really, but... So, like, Shadows could have 3 card plays this turn. The main issue is that you don't have energy. And we have to have an energy to target D7. If we do Gift of Searing Heat, you do gain 2 energy, so we could use that to get you the energy. In which case, you could gain a power card that's free. And we can decide whether it helps with B3. The main issue is you're nowhere close to that. Because we put you in D1, which made sense at the time. We'd also like a power card that gives Moon and Fire, as we could use this to kill explorers. But you know, there's only so many free power cards that grant Moon and Fire. We could also use Gift of Flowing Power and or Gift of Primordial Deeps to help with that. I mean, this gives Fire, this gives Moon. We could do both just to give you that threshold. regardless of you actually playing powers, which is rather cute. But the problem is you can't Aegis then, so that's bad. What to do? Ugh. So River could like do this, which puts you in the next closest wetland for making a sacred site, which is good. Main downside is that C8 is building a city and River's not super good at getting rid of cities. I'm presumably gonna reclaim River's bounty. I don't have to though. I could reclaim Boon of Vigor and give Shadows energy that way. That way we could use Gift of Searing Heat for something else. Hard to tell what though. Gather up to 2 Dahan. Can use that to solve C5. Yeah, if it gathers... Okay, there'd be 2 towns and explore, so we could use that. It doesn't help with B3, though. These powers don't help. Do we gain a power card to maybe help with that? Means you're not putting a sacred site down, means you're not playing 3 powers this turn. So I guess I have to look at Serpent's power. Energy. There's a lot of energy. If Serpent makes sacred sites, you don't have 2 sacred sites though. Spiran. That means you don't actually have to play 2 power cards. You could play Spiran on you. I guess we all still had like Gift of Primordial Deeps or Flowing Power, that stuff. In any case, neither of those fast powers does help with C3. B3, whatever this line was. B3. In terms of elements, this gives Moon Fire, which is good for this one, but doesn't give the Earth. These 2 give Plant. This one gives Plant Water, which is a little helpful for the 2nd threshold. And the 3rd, but you need Earth, so it doesn't super help with that. This gives Fire Plant. Helps with the 1st, but you need water. You just do Spiran, I guess. Gives the Sun Air, which is not super great. But it does mean that Serpent is more support. So I think that means that I am going to do Sacred Site here. Or not Sacred Site. I'm going to do gain a power card because I can play more powers with Serpent. Guys, herald the season of return. A spirit with presence on target board may add one of their destroyed presence. Gather up to 2 Dahan. Push 1 Blight. Interesting. Don't think that's actually super helpful. I mean, it puts destroyed presence back on the board, which is nice, but I don't think it actually solves B3. However, Nature's Resilience does. So I clicked that one. It's not super great elements, though. Pretty sure it's a lot better than the other options. So let's make a sacred site in C1. That town will then have -1 health. Defend B3. And then Colin Herders helps with C5. It would be nice to be able to scorch with waves to some effect. Doesn't seem like it's gonna work with what I have here. I'd have to, instead of playing this one, I'd have to like use these 2 and then play that one. And that gives me 2 damage to explorers only, which is pretty useless. Pretty useless. I don't know. Give to Searing Heat. If I give to River to damage the city, that city does end up dying to massive flooding, which is nice. So I'll have to table that. Yeah, so I guess... Nope, not that one. That one that I may or may not play. If I'm gonna have good elements, I'd like to be an H6 to get things out of there. Will I have good elements? It's gonna be Aegis. And with that, I'm doing a damage to a town. I'd have to play another Moon Earth, which I do not have. Or... yeah, Moon Earth in order to push it. Or... a moon, sorry, Fire Earth is what I was thinking of, but that's, I do have a Moon Earth, it's this one. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was getting myself a little confused. I'd have to have another Fire Earth to be able to kill the town in H6, which I don't have. But I can push the town out with Gift of Primordial Deeps, which is a power gain that could be played immediately or optionally gain of fire, gain of Moon Earth. I keep saying fire. I can give it to Shadows. That way you can gain energy and still have played 3 cards. So this one is defended now. Okay, so since that's defended, I think we can go ahead and do that plan then. This is range 3 presence. I kind of feel like I want to be in D3 for some reason because nothing else is close to that. Hope that I can defend that or something. Actually, I think instead of card plays track, I should do energy track just because. I don't think I'll be able to afford 3 card plays next turn. So if I gain a Moon Earth, or sorry, Moon Fire. Actually, if I gain Moon Fire, oh, but I can't hit D3 because I don't have Sacred Sight. I'd say doing my innate in D3 is great because I'm not going to gather an Explorer. There's no adjacent explorers, but I don't have a Sacred Sight there, so or Sacred Sight at range 1 from there. Okay, I think that's reasonable. I don't remember exactly what all we've planned, but I do know this, and Moonfire. I do not have Moonfire. We do have Bird's Cry Warning, range 3 Dahan. The next time Dahan would be destroyed in target land, destroy 2 fewer Dahan. Or push up to 3 Dahan. Very interesting. Call to Isolation, though, seems really great, because that just pushes everything out of D1. And stops 2 towns that way. On the other hand, in terms of, like, you know, moons and fires, there's no moon cards here. But these 2 are fires. Treacherous Waterways, range 1 Mountain Wetlands, add a Wilds, or push an Explorer. But I think Call to Isolation, just because it solves D1 at least. I like it for that reason. I don't get to destroy Explorers with this, but since I'm not destroying Explorers, I can just use Call to Isolation there. But push those guys, and since these Dahan are safe and Netlands Ravaging, they might as well just go in there. Concealing Shadows, that shit. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is enough damage to kill everything in there. So if I add anything more in there, it's not necessarily enough. But I can stop one of these 2 towns, so I guess I do. Okay. Stopping towns is my game. Aegis. Technically, not that it matters at all, but technically this is better. As it targets all the same lands, but also hits H5 and H7. Nature's Resilience there. Flash Floods to stop that city. Okay. Farmers! This is the worst event. Spurn the invaders. On each board, 2 damage to Dahan and a land with buildings in Dahan. On each board, add blight to a land with at least 2 buildings. Buildings have -1 health until the end of the turn. Teach the invaders. On each board, add town to a land with Dahan. The next normal ravage becomes a build. That's going to result in coastal city. Actually, just 1. Not coastal cities, but it's going to put a city in B3, which then means they add a town. And I think that is really bad. In addition to the fact that there's a city here, town there, plus 3 more towns, or 2 more towns. Town there, city there, town there. So it has to be Spurn. I mean, honestly, like, getting this event card first is probably slightly better because there aren't as many lands with dual buildings. So since the sands were diseased on those boards, we don't have that, and we don't have it there. So it's really just D7. The main downside with that is now that land's going to cascade, which is unfortunate. And we also have new diseases on half the boards. But since the buildings have -1 health, we can lose a Dahan in D7, and maybe other boards will be similar. But yeah, it's going to have to be Spurn. Concealing Shadows specifically says Dahan take no damage from ravaging invaders. I wonder if that language was actually added. I wonder if the original card just says Dahan take no damage this turn. I wouldn't be surprised. But definitely that one at some point, I mean, makes sense for that. We would like to leave at least one of those, right? Even with minus health, we need to have one there. It could just be that one now, because yeah, that's fine. That has minus health. Nothing in those sands. I mean, that's the only choice there anyway. And we only need one of those. That was the only blight. Disease on 2 boards, but it destroys a Dahan. Disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders. Actually, doing it in C5 is pretty cool. Or H6, although this was already pushing a town out, so we lose a little bit of say there. I mean, we could target H7 with Serpent. No, we can't. Target H1, but I guess we don't have to push the town out. We still get 2 fear. Also, buildings have minus health, so I could actually kill the town in H1 now. So let's hit H6 with this. And C5 with that one. Huh? This is the cascade. That can cascade into B7 because it's empty. No other cascade? I don't know why there's still an option. Oh, because that was a blight, I guess. Well, that wasn't a cascade, though. Buildings have minus health, though. So we do actually kill that city in C8. Yay! Mountains. Okay. So call on herders for aid. Could still use to send everything out of C5. It is a cascade, so do want to do something there. I feel like massive flooding in C8 is like absolutely what I want to do. Like either that or H7, I suppose. They're the same other than I'm in C8. Is there any reason to do one or the other than the presence? Serpent's not on the reclaim 1 yet, so we don't get the Aegis per se, although maybe we still want the Aegis, I don't know. Serpent rouses an H1 to kill that town, might as well, right? Got a fear card, baby's first fear card. Yeah, I feel like it's happening in C8. All right, any other, like, so are there any coastal cities this turn? No. And they're building 10 towns, and we have 19 on the cards. We're okay. So wash away to prevent a build or a ravage, I guess. Like B1. We are reclaiming next turn, so we could do flash floods to kill the town in B1. We gain an energy on that turn? We do. So let's put you in the sacred site because then you have minus health also. So a minimum of 1, so you're not dead, but you muted me because someone's testing your crossword. But it looks like I'm doing great. Yay! I have your support. Yay! All right. Pretty sure this was reasonable. We could do it in D5, I suppose. But let's block the ravages and lands with presence, even though I put the presence there for some reason. Stop a city or stop 2 towns? That's the big question with Wash Away, really. What about Wash Away? What about River's Bounty? Is next turn a Slave Rebellion turn? I don't think it is. It's the turn after, right? Yeah. So this Mountain's Ravage. This Mountain's Ravage is the Slave Rebellion turn, right? Because we get this event card in this current constellation, then we get the Wetlands Ravage, then we get the next event card. Yeah, so this Mountain Ravage is happening with Slave Rebellion. So that is something to bear in mind, that we could put Dahan in places specifically for Slave Rebellion to kick in. Oh boy, it'd be nice if I could dissolve C5 some other way. Colon Herders could be used to stop city, could be used to stop Dahan. I mean, like, stopping a city is definitely really good, right? And, like, C3 is already a good candidate for Slave Rebellion, other than the fact that there will be another town there. But there is 2 Dahan in there. We strife a town, and that converts. So let's do Colon Herders here. And assume that we find something for C5 some other way. And we'll just stack these guys in Stone and Sands land because you have minus health there. feel like stopping cities is really good. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why. I feel like it's really good. But like, I would like to stop D8, but that's... has to go into not really good lands. Ravaging, building, double blighted. Alright, I think River's Bounty's going here, right? Only place I could really see River's Bounty mattering. Maybe Dahan in B4 because of an event card that removes a plate. That is the only other city building. Surely preventing cities is good, right? Surely that's the really good thing to do. Surely. Okay, so this is a reclaim. That would have been a good river card. Terror turns to madness. If the terror level is 1, 3 fear. 2, 2 fear or add a strife. 3, add a strife. Well, terror level 2 is really far away, so it's just gonna be 3 fear. Fire Moon is what I would like. Don't have Fire Moon. These cards suck. It's also a reclaim here. Sky Stretches is River Elements. Twilight Fog is River Elements. This turn, target spirit may use a slow power as if it were fast or vice versa, and gain +3 range for targeting coastal lands. Generally really good. I had a really fun ocean game a month ago because I used Sky Stretches to basically enable ocean to just always reclaim and never grow. And just stay in the ocean for the entire game and still be able to drown things in the ocean. It was so fun. On the other hand, Twilight Fog adds a strife. It does push a Dahan though, which is not that good for Slave Rebellion, but it does add a strife, and we are coming up to Slave Rebellion. So that is a decision we have to make. Serpents generally also gain a power card. Pretty close to just gaining a major, but let's stick with minor. Wetland Ravage, so Mountain Jungle Defense, not super great. But it does give a moon, earth, and a plant. So 3 good elements right there. Maybe for next turn. Bat Scout for raids by darkness. For each Dahan, 1 damage to buildings, or 1 fear, gather up to 2 Dahan. Okay. About Stone and Sand. You could actually gain a power card. Actually. Sure. Play 3 powers. Everyone gains a power card! Yay! We'd like fire and or... Well, not and or. Fire and air and or earth. Quicken the earth. Quicken the earth struggles. Like, is there any reason not to click that with Stone and Sand? Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. Defend 4, push up to 1 blight. If you have 2 sun, 1 fear. Doesn't that power card look almost exactly like this one? Like, I mean, not exactly the same, but like this one has a swamp there, but it looks like kind of similarly set up. Like when I first looked at this, I just assumed it was that card, and then I remember, wait a minute, I already gained this card. This is a new one. Oh my god. I mean, I have to click this one just because it kills towns. I could even use it in C6 this turn right now. Really. I could also get the plus range with Sky Stretches, and I can use this to defend 10 pretty much in any coastal mountain. Which, I mean, there are a couple of them that are, like, at risk of blighting. Sorry, not mountains. It's wetlands this turn. What am I talking about? None of the coastal wetlands are doing things, so never mind. This is only to buildings. So yeah, I guess, well, that's not building. It is a cute card, though. I feel like Sky Stretches is more useful than Twilight Fogs, even though this is France. Drought? This kills towns. Is there a land that is building millions of towns? It adds a blight, but it's probably a really good benefit. That said, this is not England, which is the only other time where that's really good. It is the only other fire card we have. Which do we care more for? Moon. So let me think. Is there any mountain where killing 3 towns and adding a blight is fine? I mean, H3, H4. That's really it. D5, but that's blighted. B7, but that's blighted. I'm probably just going to hope to hit an innate this turn. Destroy up to 2 explorers, innate. I have to play 2 cards that have Moonfire in order for that to work. So it's going to be Encompassing Ward and Mantle of Dread. Or sorry, Crop's Wither and Mantle of Dread. Mantle of Dread actually works well for D5, I suppose. That means I can play a Moon card after that. In which case it's not Drought then. So what would I like to do? I guess I could play another card with Speron and or Gift of Flowing Power. Hit this threshold, do 3 damage. But that's not really super helpful for those lands. But if I did have, like, Call to Isolation, does that do something? I can do plus range to hit C3. Plus range meaning my own plus range, because even with Sky Stretches, I can't hit that far. I mean, I suppose Encompassing Ward isn't a bad thought. But I don't know that that's gonna be... I guess, like, if I do Encompassing Ward this turn, I can throw it on Serpent and that defends H6. Which is otherwise not solved. Yeah, otherwise it's not solved right now, even. Okay. Then I don't hit this, but I guess I can Speron to play it. Okay. And then Serpent, you have cards. It's gonna be Dark Entangled Woods because elements, I suppose. Alright, Stone and Sand Presence. This is going to be either in a wetlands or a jungle C5. Don't have a plan for that still, though. I could do... I guess I'm playing Sky Stretches to do Scorch with Waves fast or something like that. That solves C5 then. I guess. So I want to get closer to C3 probably, because there's nothing close to C3 right now. So even though that is a stone or a sand, I guess I'm doing that. I actually do have the threshold for 2 extra damage. So I'd probably like to not do Scorch with Waves. Just for that. Anyway. Your presence... You're not at presence cap. You're getting into fire. So let's put you here. Dark and Tangled Woods could hit H3 for next turn. Song of Sanctity, I guess. And one of these two. Both of them give fire. Neither of them give earth. This one could give a fire to a spirit instead of them playing a power card, so it's a little better. I'll play that one. And then you're just playing cards. Okay, so you're playing the 2 Moonfire cards. Oh, you only have 2 card plays. So you're spurring on to get to the moon. Either that or we don't deal with stopping the D5 build. We could just gather one of the explorers. I guess the other part doesn't super matter. So we just need 1 Moonfire. Mantle of Dread is still good for D5. And then it's 1 more moon card. Is there a Wetlands Ravage with Dahan that would matter? No, I guess H6, but yeah. Did we ever solve that? I guess solving it was encompassing board. Which we're gonna play. Okay, so we'll do that and then we'll spur on some other thing. I can play more power cards. Oh yeah, River. It was gonna be Sky Stretches to do something fast with Stone and Sand. Always play River's Bounty. Flash Floods to not die to be 1. Okay. So you're playing another power card. I clicked this because it allows you to gain an element, but we're not actually doing it for that. So actually, let's play the other one. In case we want to play the other one to gain another element. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled thing. Spur on. Play a moon card, preferably one that doesn't have fire. So Favor is called Dew, good for the Slave Rebellion, so I agree. Defend in Serpent Lands. Gather... I guess that's not in range. Yeah, it's just one of these. So let's do this one because it's not Blighted Sands. I guess D4 also, but that's fine. Flash Floods to kill this town. Quicken is always going in here for not defend, but just to kill the 2 towns, because I can. Gift of Searing Heat for energy, it seems. I guess I could do it to kill this town in D5, but I'm already Mantle of Dreading to get rid of it. But I could still use it to, like, kill an Explorer at H4. Which is fine. I'm not super worried about energy on River. And Shadows can just keep clicking +3 energy, really. So, spend energy for damage there. Sky Stretches there. So killing C5 with either Stinging Sandstorm or Scorch with Waves of Heat. Let's do this one and gather this Sands Presence. Now that I don't need that Sacred Site. And that allows me to do Scorch with Waves in C2, forming a Sacred Site, killing that city. I like that. Coastal Towns Multiply. On each board, add a town to a coastal land adjacent to a coastal town. Explorers Blunder. On each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. My bad. Coming of Age. On each board, add Dahan to a land with a Dahan and no blight or disease. Very interesting. All right. So on each board, add town to a coastal land adjacent to a coastal town. Not good for, you know, frickin' France. They're gonna screw us up anywhere. Wetlands ravage. These two are the only risks. Unfortunately, both of them are frickin' building, so that's great. Or not frickin' building, frickin' ravaging. Because of this coastal town. Has to be adjacent to a coastal town, yeah. I think if I click this one, it might not necessarily hit H3 because you can only consider it for previous actions. So but I'm still gonna hit D3 just to be safe. This board doesn't have any. This board has these two. I'm gonna do C2 because I'm still gonna hit it with like Scorch with Waves of Heat and like it doesn't kill the town that's there, but I mean still gonna have minus health. And then Explorers die in lands with beasts, which does stop that build. Kills an Explorer there. Doesn't do anything there. And then add Dahan to a land with Dahan and no disease or blight. I think H3 is the obvious choice there for Slave Rebellion, since we said that's a candidate for that. I guess we're gonna do Song of Dark and Tangled Woods there someday, but I mean we can also do that next turn and still do Slave Rebellion there. Nothing really here. Other than keep it next to the coastal city to prevent the Singleton Dahan from doing something bad. Here. Let's put it in C3. Maybe we defend it, maybe something else happens, who knows? That was the only other choice there. Fear card, save us. Each player moves an explorer from an inland land. Okay, well this one's obvious. So that does mean that this is a blight, so. That was also a blight, but that was always happening. That explorer's dying anyway. I guess we could just stop mountain builds. Like this, like, just stop that outright. Getting rid of the first explorer makes sense. Getting rid of the second explorer also makes sense, right? Is there a place for Mantle of Dread if we do decide to take that guy out? Surely there is, right? Like C2, C1. There's also escalations happening, so it could very easily happen in whatever. So let's hit D5. So that's all of the inland mountains that are done. As for the wetlands, it's just C5, but that guy's not blighting. H6, but those guys are dead already. Let's get rid of C5, I guess. Okay. Coastal. No escalation. Interesting. However, it is coastal, which means lots of towns as the result. Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Slow phase. All right, Slave Rebellion is next. So C2. Oh, I thought this was the one where I gathered a presence, but it's not. So I'm an idiot. All right, let's do that. I screwed that up. I was thinking I'm gathering a presence, which is killing the city, but it's not. In any case, that is building. So, like killing that city would have been bad because they would have built a coastal city. How many coastal cities are being built? 5. 5. That's pretty bad. So we really have to do a lot to stop that. Massive flooding. 2 damage pushes 3 buildings. B3 is a really good spot for that. Song of Sanctity. Could just use that to stop one of those. Serpent Wakes. Energy. Sure. And then the question is there any, like... I guess we gotta do Mantle of Dread in C1. It's not ravaging, but it is a coastal city. Which we otherwise can't deal with, presumably. Could also try to set up Mantle of Dread for Slave Rebellion. So let's see. What are good spots for Slave Rebellion? D7, H3, C3, and B3? Even though I just said I could kill that. And also the mountains are ravaging, so as much as we can do in mountains would be good. Song of Sanctity here seems good to stop those 2 towns. Mantle of Dread in C1 still seems good. Keep it in that sand, I guess. It's no longer my sacred site, but I mean, it's my land. I like guys in my land. Favors Call Due. Okay, so this sets up Slave Rebellion, I guess. However, I can't hit D3 with this. For 1, I don't have range, and for 2, it only has 1 neighboring Dahan. I could hit D2. It won't outnumber, though. But that would be a Slave Rebellion target. Also have River's Bounty. River's not in any lands with Dahan, though. That's the big thing. Actually, hold on. I did Scorch with Waves in C2, but you have plus range, right? Because you got this guy stretched. So let's go back a step. This could be used in C3. Kills the 2 explorers, kills the town, and the remaining town is Slave Rebellion-ended. Choose for me. I don't really know why there's a choose for me button. I guess it's because choose for me the optimal. I don't know. Alright, so Slave Rebellion there makes sense. And then we Mantle of Dread to get these guys out. C2 is still building a lot. Just 2 towns, actually. Not that much. Still a lot in there, but... I'm assuming we can kind of do a lot with that, though. Serpent Wakes. Song of Sanctity. Back to the question of Massive Flooding, River's Bounty, and Favors Called Due. So that's the Slave Rebellion target, and that's a Slave Rebellion target. H3 needs a little more work. Dark and Tangled Woods is not good enough anymore? No, it is. It's fine. Strife the town, converts to a Dahan. 4 damage, but defend 3. 6 damage from Dahan kills the things. So that's actually fine. So B3 is a big question mark. And also, what other coastal towns are there? Or sorry, coastal cities. D3, not H3, that's a lie. Not C3, not B3. H2. No, that's a town. There's 4 cities. What are the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so sorry, 4 up there. But Slave Rebellion, Slave Rebellion, Slave Rebellion. So it's only D3 that's a coastal city. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can do about it with shadows, even with plus range. Especially because there isn't even Dawn in there. So you'd have to gain a power card that would help with that, I think. Or something. River's Bounty. Unfortunately, again, there's not really many, like, River's not really situated very well anyway. Yeah. Sure, it'd be nice if B2 had minus health, but it doesn't. So I can't do anything to block ravages with this. I guess I could use it to, I could use this to kill the 2 explorers in B2, and that stops 1 town. That's all it does. It's not the greatest use. I can use it in D6 to kill a town and just like shuffle those explorers somewhere, I guess. Kill 1 in C7 pending the event. So yeah, where with the Slave Rebellion? It's there, it's there, it's there, and there? Yeah, it would be nice if I could do something at D3. If I sky stretched myself, I still would not have enough range. No, I would, because it's +3 range, right? Yeah, I would have had 4 range if I did that, but that's fine. We had good use there. I don't know. I could do Slave Rebellion here instead, which just basically gets rid of a town. So it's not the greatest. I don't know. I guess I could try to get rid of inner land visibility, start considering that, because that's when you really start winning the game, is when you get rid of inner land visibility. There's not really good places for that, though. Because I think every land is definitely seen by everything, so. Yeah, I'm nowhere right now. I don't know. This is pretty much the most fruitful spot for pushing things and dealing damage. I guess this is not a bad spot. This stops 2 towns from building. I guess that's also reasonable. I could also reclaim Flash Floods to kill those 2 guys. I could do this power option to gain another power card though, and if I play Flash Floods next turn, then I have to gain a 0-cost energy card. 0-cost power card. Actually, no, I still have River's Bounty. I haven't used that yet. Well, I'm just annoyed with the singleton here. Let's make that guy grow. There we go. Okay, now I can play Flash Floods for next turn and still gain a power card that's energy, so that's fine. Yeah, let's just stop that because it's less to worry about next turn, I guess. And I mean, it doesn't give me fear, but I feel like D2 would be a really good candidate for concealing shadows on a future turn. Yeah. I guess I could call to isolation there, actually. Which stops 2 towns. So it's not bad. Except if that was the slave rebellion place. I guess D7 works for that. Okay. This is a reclaim. You have lots of energy, but all of your cards also cost energy except for your first one. So you don't really have that much energy to play with, so I don't think it's major yet. I'm gonna click this one. Brother sacrifice! Weep for what is lost. Range 1, target land, blight. 1 fear per type of invader present. Push up to 1 explorer or town per blight. Okay, well. This doesn't have earth or air. This doesn't have earth or air. This doesn't have fire or earth. This doesn't have fire or air. So lots of bad things there. I think River's also gaining power card with this. Not the greatest, because now you don't have a sun water, so we're not hitting top tier innate. Was my original plan to flash floods be one, and then I didn't do that? I don't think it matters. I can reclaim sky stretches, and I think that might be pretty good for doing something. So with sky stretches, like some of these actually can go fast. Blow down river, blow down wind, push up to 1 blight, explore town. Territorial strife. Target land city. Man, I wish I could hit this. I can make it fat. Oh, I can hit that. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Ooh. I do sky stretches on myself and I play territorial strife. Strife the city in D2. I like that plan a lot. You're gaining power because you always do. Let's make it minor. Elemental boon. Call to guard. Gather up to 1 Dahan. Then, if Dahan are present, either defend 1 per Dahan, or after invaders are added or moved to target land, 1 damage to each added or moved invader. Okay. Steam vents! Not the greatest. It's only B2 that's a problem. Of course, my plan of strifing the city in D2 does not solve B2, for what it's worth. Were you gaining power? I guess you could, because I don't really want to play Concealing Shadows. Let's have you gain power. Energy kind of sucks, but we'll worry about that later. Visions of Fiery Doom! Lake calls to lake. If target land is explorers, gather up to 1 explorer. Do likewise for towns, Dahan, Blight, and beasts. Carapace land. If targeting land with Beasts, this power has +1 range, defend 3. If you have 2 earth, defend +3. Interesting. Also, weren't we supposed to do something with D3? It has a beast. So I can actually defend that land with Carapace land. Something tells me that's not really that helpful. Anyway, Boon of Vigor. I'm looking at River because, like, so, like, the original thought was I reclaim Sky Stretches and I do Territorial Strife in D2. Is there something else that solves D3 better, though? Slow downriver to push the town out? Because this is a coastal city. If there's something that can stop that city, that would be great. I mean, we could do Scour the Land fast. Destroy everything out of Blight. That's pretty bad. But, you know. Man. I guess it kind of... I can let that build. I mean, it seems like it's hard to target it. So... yeah, blowing up D2 I think is still a really good idea. Call to Isolation D2. And then Territorial Strife to block that city. So what that means is that you're going to reclaim Sky Stretches. You're going to play those cards. Place a presence at range 2. Can I get to this wetlands? I can. I think I would like to be there to help out on Shadows' board a little bit. Play all of your cards. Alright. So that solves D2 really nicely. I don't even need Sky Stretches for D2. Well, I need this to be fast still. But I don't need the plus range effect for that anymore. I guess the plus range helps with hitting D3, but the city will have... the city will still be problematic. I guess if Shadows can grow in there... I don't think you can though, right? We collect the power card growth, so it's presence at range 1. Any other mountains that we could consider? I mean, B2. We still haven't solved B2. But none of those help with B2. So this is just good elements. I'm going to click it because it's good elements. Rising Heat. Growth through Sacrifice is always the overpowered option. And there's 2 schools of thought. One is this card is broken, don't use it. The other is use this card while it still exists because it's going to be removed soon. What type of player are you? Do you think Growth Through Sacrifice is a valid card that should be used while it still exists? Or do you view it as a broken card that trivializes games and therefore puts an asterisk on this victory if I were to use it? Which one of these would be better for Rising Heat? I guess it's just these 2, right? What does Weep for What Is Lost do? 3 Fear in C2, and I can push 1 building? Doesn't seem the greatest. I'm clicking Go Through Sacrifice. I decided. Deal with it. And Serpent, I just want to take Elemental Boon, honestly. And you can't stop me. That allows River to have Hyper Innate if River wants. You also get any. Let's put you in H2. Playing this one. think we need Gift of Flowing Power this turn. Play that one. And then this one, oh, you're already on the place. Growth or Sacrifice C2, because why not? Card exists. Let's do both in the same land. Does that do anything for me? I don't know. Gather up to 2 Dahan. Target spirit may pay energy to do damage in one of their lands, or gain 2 energy otherwise. I don't know. Sure be nice to hit B2 with that, you know? Okay, I'm gonna get closer to D3. It's really annoying I can't target it that well. I'm gonna get closer and closer. I'm going to suffocate it. I do have Visions of Fire Doom, so I guess... Does that actually stop a build if I put that presence somewhere else? I guess just D1. D1's fine. Alright, I don't know where we're at, but presumably we're doing good things. Dark Entangled Woods. Elemental Boon, we'll figure that out. We could use it to get the threshold on Darkness Swallows. Sky Stretches myself to Territorial Strife this city. Boon of Vigor on Shadows. All the Isolation D2. You can go into D4, I would say. Just because it's not D5. Gift of Searing Heat, I don't know. Growth or Sacrifice on myself. Destroy this presence. Put a thing there. Why not? I can do this. And now I have Scorch with Waves for 2 damage. Yeah, I guess like spending an energy to damage an explorer on a coast is okay. Yeah, sure, it'd be nice to do this. I guess I could have done Sky Stretches myself on Shadows to do D3, but then I wouldn't have the Strife on D2. And I want to get rid of that city. I guess I'm still going to have a city there, so it's not really any different. There's a chance that the event card says lands with beasts deal 2 damage, and that's nice. I don't know that you having Threshold on here is super helpful. There's not like lands with millions of buildings. That would be great. Can't combo that with Stone and Sand right now. We could hit Stone and Sand for fire and air, fire and earth and air, and that would actually add a lot of stuff to you. Plus it does line up a little bit with Serpent. I think I like that a lot. So fire, air, or earth rather, air. Okay, so I hit this one. I could have selected water. Oh, I still have an any. Alright, but now Scorch with Waves of Heat, 2 damage to explorers only, and 4 more damage. That solves C2 probably. And if I give you a water, then you get the gain energy. Otherwise, you're dealing 2 damage in your land and 2 fear, push up to 1 town, right? And he's not going to do much. But we'll hold off on that just because an event card could say something. I think it's still a good idea to do a damage in H2. And to actually stop this build entirely. Are you into D7, I guess? I don't have range there. Okay, well then you're not... Oh no, this is a gather, right? Okay, no, we do have range. Stops that build. All right. Here we go. Slave Rebellion. Missionaries arrive. Ignore their contact with the Dahan. For each board, discard a top minor power. If it has Sun, push an explorer from a land with Dahan. Otherwise, replace the Dahan with a town. After resolving this card, return to the event deck under the top 2 cards. Or Curse the Tongues. Costs 4 energy per player, aided by Sun. Each spirit adds disease to a land with city. 2 fear per player. During the next normal ravage, cities do +3 damage. Beasts destroy explorers. Add beasts to a board without 1. Okay. I would like to Curse the Tongues. Do I get to Curse the Tongues? Well, we do have 6 Sun right now. And we have no Suns in our hands. We have 13 energy. What if I were to forget Territorial Strife at this point? I've already used it. I'm probably not super likely to use it again. I used it because Slave Rebellion. Strifing a city's okay, but I'm not super likely to bring it up again. I guess I could use it to strife the city in B2, but that does give me 3 more energy. I guess, oh, actually no, we do have Suns in our discards, right? Yeah, duh. As long as Sanctity might be forgettable, Encompassing Word is actually forgettable. Let's Curse the Tongues. And forgetting a card we didn't play is actually 4 energy, so you will forget Encompassing Word. And Song of Sanctity. Pretty good against France, but I think we can spend that. We just have to do 2 more energy. We don't have to forget Territorial Strife then. So let's have Shadows and Stone and Sand spend the energy then. And then add disease to lands with city. This doesn't say per board. You can add it to the same land, which is pretty cool. Definitely once in B2. Probably just once on each of the cities, even though, like, I think our thought was that we were gonna do like Serpent Rouses in H2 though. So maybe that one's not super required. This one's fine because I guess we can now kill everything with Scorch with Waves. Otherwise we weren't killing everything. Like, this disease stops 2 towns, right? This disease stops 1 town. This disease stops 2 towns. Do I want to stop 1 town, or... I guess it's just gonna get wasted though, because I would rather push a town out. Oh, this is also a land. Forgot about that one. I'm gonna hit back. I had to spend energy again, which is great. Okay, so not H2. The others, of course. And probably B2 because it's coastal, and we can use that to stop worrying about the mountain explorer if that comes up. Millions of fear. Each player adds strife in a land with beasts, disease, Dahan. If only we had that a second ago. The only blight is B2. That is diseased. We can actually stop that blight. We don't have to target different lands with that. So we can do Explorer and City there. And that stops that. We could hit D3 and then it's easier to deal with. Still building at Coastal City, but... that means we just have to deal with the city instead of all the things in there. That land is dealt with. Don't need to worry about it. We could do this because it's disease, strife the city, strife the town, and we don't have to worry about it as much. Okay, so let's hit city, explorer, city, town. Okay, so it's really this. Does this cause D2 to build? No. Really weird that hitting B2 stopped the rest. Jungles now. So coastal jungles, like, I mean, they are adding to explorers, but those would be solved theoretically if we can deal with them some other way. Also, we do have the escalation, so that's a blight, so I guess I'm putting town there. That's a blight, so a town there. There's a blight. Oh, actually, no, we didn't blight this turn. That would be a coastal city if I don't do anything there. Do I have things I could do to deal with that there? Gather 2 explorers and push up to 2 things. I guess I could do H1. I guess I was gonna do Serpent Rouses in H2, but I could do it in H1. But I mean, it doesn't stop the build because it doesn't stop explorers. I'm gonna do C1, even though it's still coastal. Coastal seems better. I could have done the any to get a sun, but it's okay. I'll take the water. I think that profits energy more, doesn't it? Because like a sun makes the energy cost for the event 1 less, but the water gains us a total of 2 energies, so it's actually better by 1. Okay. Okay. We do have massive flooding, we do have wash away, and we have this with range, so like a lot of these lands can be hit with that. Crops wither, wish I could hit D1 with that, or sorry, D3 with that. If I had sky stretches with River's Bounty, I could put Dahan there, but I don't. There's also a lot of towns being built next turn, because there's a lot of inner explorers we just haven't cared about because they never did jungles. Now they are doing jungles. All right, well, D2 could be Concealing Shadowed, which does put a blight, but it preserves the Dahan. That's really the only thing with that. Not sure that's really the best. B8 we could block, or B4 we could block with Massive Flooding and Wash Away one way or another. Scorch. I think I still want to do Scorch here, even though this is a fine candidate for it now. This is like a Ravage, and it's a city, and I can kill it all. Okay, so C1 or C4 we could stop with Call on Herders. A nice benefit with C1 is I could gather 2 Dahan, push an Explorer in town, and then the remaining Dahan kill C1. And that's okay. Don't know about C4. It does have a Beasts, so there's still the chance that the event card says Beasts deal 2 damage. So there's that benefit. Serpent is on Reclaim 1 next turn, which is nice. Reclaim 1 for Aegis actually defends H1 and H2. And the benefit of defending H1 is that it kills things in there, which means they build less. So if I did Serpent Rouses in H1, there'd be no build. If I do Serpent Rouses in H2, they would still build H1, but there wouldn't be a blight. How close are we to the cap? 5 out of 7. I would like to Aegis or absorb Essence at some point, or destroy my presence. But I guess I could let H2 blight and that destroys the presence that way. In which case I rouse an H1, which has the benefit of them not building there. What about the other stuff? So, like, that was not known. Or no, sorry, we are doing Colin Herders there. Yeah, this is pending the event. This is dealt with, presumably. This is not known. So yeah, in terms of where river can be useful, I guess I'll put a check mark there, right, because of Concealing Shadow. So I guess we're blighting next turn. Like, D3 is a cascade that we still haven't solved. We can gain a major power on shadows, maybe? I mean, we could, like, do the middle growth option and have, like, 2 more energy to play our major and have, like, no elemental thresholds or any other powers other than Concealing Shadows. But it could be worth, because the major we could spend 6 energy on. Which could be enough. Could also just be a slow power, but we could also have Sky Stretches to make it fast. That seems actually reasonable then. I wish I could hit D6 with one of these, because that is 5 towns. No, it's 3 towns in a city, which is a pretty hot spot. I guess I can stop the city by crops withering that. I guess that's reasonable. Like, D2 is Concealing Shadow. Yeah, so we don't care about that town. And we don't really have any range anywhere other than maybe hitting a land with Dahan. Which is not the greatest. So yeah, so I think I like Serpent Rouse as an H1 then. Colin Herders we said was going here. B3 is a Ravage that we don't have defend for per se. I guess we do actually, so maybe I'm not that worried. But also Quicken in a land somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, do that. Quicken with range, I mean. And then I guess it's just do these 2 lands then with river. Which one do I want to wash away? One of them I'm killing a town, the other I'm just pushing everything. I mean, I'm killing a town and pushing 2 explorers. The other one I'm pushing a town and 2 explorers. And presumably we're not putting them into the coast unless they die to Dahan or something like that, but that is a risk. And I guess B2 we still also haven't solved. Territorial Strife fast. But I mean, like, that could Ravage. I mean, if we are blighting the island, at that point it doesn't matter if that blights, so... Let's get rid of this town, because I don't want to put another town into B5 per se. Let's wash away this into B6. So in terms of the build, it still says a lot. But D2's not building, so... Oh, it's diseased anyway, so it wasn't building ever. That's those 2 towns aren't building. And that's actually... Oh, this one's not building, so it's actually 3 less. So it's 9 towns. 5 of which are in D6. It's weird because downgrading that city, or downgrading that town actually made that build significantly worse. That's really weird. Makes me wonder if I should have done it. I mean, so I downgraded a town into an explorer. Okay, so actually, no, maybe it's not significantly worse. It's more like it just doesn't do anything other than, I mean, it stops the city, right? It was originally a city and 3 towns. I downgraded a town to an explorer. but that town's gonna just come back. Like, France is like, oh, you're an extra explorer. You're in town now. The only benefit is that I stopped the city build in D6. But yeah, the thing is, though, that if my plan is major power on shadows, it's not solving D6. It would perhaps solve D3's cascade, which might not have been an issue. In any case, River's reclaiming, River's gaining minor. Ooh, this is weird. Gift of Nature's Connection. Target spirit gains either 2 energy or 2 of a single element of their choice. If you target another spirit, you gain an element of your choice. So it's like elemental boon acted very quickly. Stream died for a second. Should be back up. Smiley. Yeah, OBS disconnected. So I'm gonna have to send this video to Krista so that there isn't a disconnect in the video. That was only for a second though, so it's not super bad. Renewing boon. Choose a land where you and target spirit both have presence. In that land, remove 1 blight, and target spirit may add 1 of their destroyed presence. Renewing boon. Is there even a land where we have like 2 spirits in 1 land? That one. And that's it. And it doesn't have blight. Seems like it's actually pretty hard for that to be achieved. Other than like people will just grow this turn. I guess like if River grows in the C5, but like River's not growing this turn. Alright, so what else do we have here? Renewing rain is good elements for River. Actually, not really. It's just water. Everything else is not. I mean, this is technically whatever element you want. Drift down. Jungle Sands defend 4. That's not Jungle Sands. We could do that in D2 to defend that, and that doesn't blight then. That's not Jungle Sands. So I don't know. Serpent is reclaiming Aegis, which costs only 1 energy. Okay. So you have 4 energy. You could gain a major. Let's gain a major. Let's do it. Am I winning? God, I hope so. Mountains, wetlands. I could actually have Serpent save D3, but you don't have enough energy. Unless you click this, but then you don't have presence. So that kind of sucks. Trees, Radiant, Celestial, Brilliance. Target land, jungle, or not blight. 3 fear, defend 6. This turn, invaders and target land skip the next build action. If you have 3 sun, 2 moon, 2 plant, 1 damage per sun you have. I mean, like, this is literally the perfect situation for this. Except for the fact that we don't really need that defend. I guess actually we could do it in H5 and that doesn't build. Which is really funny. With Aegis, you don't really get any elements for that. It's a really funny card though. Talons of Lightning would be the perfect solution to D3 or B2. You don't have range, you don't have energy. Unless you click this, then you don't have range. But then if you are Sky Stretched, then you do have range. Okay, so that is a thought then. Also, if you are Sky Stretched, you could also do Mists of Oblivion or Tsunami. Mists of Oblivion sucks, don't ever use it. Tsunami... You do have an any. He just gives you water, earth, so you can't actually hit the threshold on it, which kills a lot of Dahan, but also is good for the coastal ravage because like B3 is also ravaging, and we haven't solved that. Or if we hit D3. I guess the main issue is you need a Sacred Site, so you don't actually have that. Even with the plus range, you don't have that. Especially because if you hit this button, you're not placing the presence. So it's Talons. Target land also could be without Blight for trees radiate. So that wouldn't be D3, but it could be B2. But that would just be a defend that's really expensive. I don't know. I'm gonna gain the major on shadows because I think that's going to inform my next decision as well. Shadows with Talons of Lightning probably would have been better because we would have had the energy for that and you could have hit D3. Oh well, major here. We have lots of new things. Focus the land's anguish. If this power destroys any buildings, 5 fear. Gather up to 5 blight. 1 damage per blight if you have 3 sun plus 1 damage per blight. Holy smokes. Doesn't help with D3. Doesn't help with D2. Infestation of venomous spiders. Add a beasts, gather up to beasts. For each beasts, 1 fear, max 4, and invaders skip 1 action in target land. If you have 2 air, 2 earth, 3 animals, after this power causes invaders to skip an action, 4 damage. Spiders! Spiders! Add a beast, gather up to 1 beast. For each beast, 1 fear, and invaders skip 1 action. So like that stops D3. That is a solution to D3. And the other nice thing about this is that you can take Jungle Hungers, which is the classic Shadows power from the power progression deck. What's my favorite spirit? I think River is one of my favorites. Like, I don't know. It's the spirit I first learned with, and it's near and dear to me. I can play River very naturally, unlike most other spirits where I feel like I'm very clumsy. I'd probably also say Sharp Fangs for some reason. I would probably also go with Eyes Watch. You're deemed hydrate, so I'm contractually obligated to drink. What if I already drink? I already did. There you go. It drank again. I don't have a webcam, so you have to trust me. Trees and stones for each beast's... Sorry, for each Dahan, 1 damage and defend 2. Not super... It just stops D2, but D2's already, like, fine. And then Savage Transformation replaces an Explorer with a beast, so blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's Infestation. Like, it's absolute Infestation, because that does something. And then I'm going to get rid of... Probably call it Isolation. Just because it's not good elements. Does it combo here? Can't tell. 2 air, 2 earth, 3 animals. It does have animals, but we don't really have earths anyway, so. Could be Visions of Fiery Doom, but it has good elements, and it's basically 2 fear. I mean, it is an energy. I'm gonna get rid of Visions of Fiery Doom then, actually. I guess I haven't decided if Raising Heat is gaining a power or not. I feel like a Sacred Site would be really nice. I guess we could use Sweltering Exhaustion to stop B2. We haven't used that since like turn 1 or something. But that would be fine. We could also use it in D6, and that would stop 5 towns. If we have this range, then we can go pretty much wherever we want. So, okay, so Infestation stops D3. So that doesn't blight anymore. There's still quite a few blights, but like Nature's Resilience was a defend that we haven't used yet, so. I guess I could do Sacred Sight in B2, and then I could do Quicken the Earth Struggle. So actually, I'm going to do this then. 4 card plays. Sure. Defend for B3, defend for B2. I don't have range for Sweltering Exhaustion in D6 or D2. Doing a D6 would be nice. Did I used to be known as Lou Dolphin? Yep. I changed my name in the summer of 2021. But yeah, I used to be Lou Dolphin. I have 2 more plays. All my cards are fire, except for Nature's Resilience. So just if I play these, I can also deal damage to explorers, which isn't super great. Do trees and stones instead? The 20,000 redeem still says Lou Dolphin should be updated to Logic Dolphin. Yeah, there's things that need to be updated. But it still says Spirit Island Saturdays too. It's now Spirit Island Sundays with Logic Dolphin, who is no longer on Spirit Island Sundays. It should be updated, yes. I am not in charge of that, though. I just stream on this channel. Yeah, good eye. Good eye. I guess I could do Gift of Nature's Connection to give Rising Heat 2 fire, but like I don't know if there's really a candidate for that. TBH. We have Stinging Sandstorms. We can actually put a presence in a weird spot. Down into Slumber, could defend a Jungle Sands by 4. Could defend B3 without having to use Nature's Resilience. In which case, like, I guess I get that, but I don't know how much I care, really. I don't know how much I care, really. I'm gonna click that one. It sounds fun. And yeah, I guess Talons... I mean, I don't need Talons for D3 anymore. But I could. Actually, I could do... Okay, actually, I can still do Talons in D3. Okay. And you're going to forget... Gift of Primordial Deeps because I have Spiron. No, this gains. But the one that... The other one, it's over there. I'm reclaiming Aegis. I want to keep Elemental. I want all of these. I'm going to lose Spiron. Whatever. Serpent is no longer support. Serpent is... Serpent. But you need the energy to play Talons. And you're reclaiming... Oh, we didn't reclaim 1. Oh, snap. We didn't reclaim 1 because I didn't place a presence. Oh, snap. How bad is that? Actually, this card gains energy, right? And also, like... Okay. I think then I don't have to gain energy. Should have clicked this button, by the way. Presence. Also, I don't need plus range. So, oh, but this is another, crap. Well, okay. I could not forget. Oh, but I can't play both. Father. Was I good at speedrunning FF13? I used to be. I want to play this card, but I can't. Because I can't play Speron. I mean, I forgot Speron, but I also can't, like, I can't reclaim it either, because then I'm not reclaiming Aegis. So I can't have all of the things I want. It's kind of annoying. To be fair, Aegis isn't super necessary. I mean, it's mainly to stop H1 from blighting. And also stops that from building as well. There's only one Dahan in there. H2 still blighting, but we're okay with that. Because that destroys the Serpent presence, and Serpent likes destroyed presence. I mainly just want to play Talons of Lightning to kill D3 without having to use Infestation, because I could use Infestation in D6 to stop that build. Yeah, so it's annoying that I don't get all of this. Is there a way to finagle that, though? I could still just do Infestation in D6. Let this cascade. That is gonna blight the island. I'm probably okay with that. TBH. This presence is gonna get destroyed, but again, Serpent's fine with destroyed presence. We can pretend that was intentional. We could do Sky Stretches to try to do something slow fast to angle that somehow. Or to have plus range. But it doesn't let me do Talons in D3. Yeah, I think I just let the island blight at this point, honestly. I think it's fine. Let's... This is range 1 presence. Let's do Sacred Site here. Huh. So that's done. I think I was gonna defend B3. I forget how. I was thinking River could defend B3 some other way. I forgot what that plan was. Was it because I saw a minor power that said that and then I didn't click on it? Drift down, I think, was the thought. And then I didn't click on it. So then I guess we could just have Rising Heat defend B3 with the thing. Okay, so then do that then. Aegis. I guess you could play both. I hate when I like click this by mistake and I try to click out, but I'm clicking on the stupid thing so it zooms instead. That seems like bad UI, John. Cough, cough. Okay, so we're stopping that build. I like that a lot. Other than that, I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's just play the usual suspects. River's Bounty is good. Boon of Vigor for someone is good. Do I want Territorial Strife? Are there going to be cities still? I guess D3 exists. This is range 1 though. H2 still exists, but I don't have range. H7 exists. There's no other cities being built. I guess I'll just click the usual suspects. I don't think there's much value to flash flooding this turn. I could kill the city because of Rising Heat. The Rising Heat could kill it himself. Although I guess we could then do Scorch with Waves of Heat somewhere else instead. On the other hand, if I do Hyperdate, I can actually just kill everything and be too fast, which doesn't really serve much purpose, because that's defended with Quicken. I could do Quicken somewhere else, but there's no purpose to that either. There's a lot of not much purpose, is what I'm hearing. Elements? Elements. When in doubt, elements. Oh, but that doesn't hit threshold, so I do want the threshold. This one, and we'll figure it out. Alright. This one... There. The only other thought was Aegis there. Infestation there. Consuming Shadows there. Boon of Vigor there. Nature's Resilience there. Quicken the Earth Struggle there. We do have Sweltering Exhaustion. So jungles. It's just this one. I don't think there was a Coastal Ravage within range that you could hit. Answer's no. Alright, so it's these 3 blights and the Cascade. Good. Sky Stretching doing anything? Could do it to just stop that blight, but that seems foolish. Do it to stop this build. I don't have range. I could like knock out B5. And then they don't have, oh, they still have Interland Visibility, so it doesn't even do that much. Do it in C6 to kill everything in there seems fun. Kills a lot of towns. Like, what's the most fear I could possibly get from this? We could do, like, Rouse the Trees or Scorch or Stinging Sandstorm fast in a variety of ways. Serpent Rouses fast. Doesn't do much. We do have an any. The most would just be like 1,000,000 damage in C6. Of which you could probably already do 1,000,000 damage in C6 with Scorch with Waves or something, Stinging Sandstorm. I don't know. In any case, the Sky Stretches on myself. And then I don't have to necessarily do something fast, but I could. I could Reverse Bounty fast. And then put Dahan in a place that's ravaging and defended, I guess. Which there is none. D3's fighting. D2 is dead. I guess H2 is not, oh, it's not defended. And H1 is defended enough. So just be B2, which is fine. I guess that kills things in there. Okay. Okay, fine. That works. Okay. Local diaspora. In a single land with the most invaders, push 1 explorer town to each adjacent land. Beasts generate 1 fear if invaders are present and moves to an adjacent land if not. On each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with blight to a land without blight. So C6. Push 1 to each adjacent land. That's not adjacent. That's blighting now. This is actually still defended, so that's okay. Actually, we could just do explorers for the rest, right? Yeah. Beasts turning fair if invaders are present, moves otherwise. This beast, go there. We could move it out to make an empty board. I've never been 100% convinced that that's a good idea though, because like, sure, you get to add a beast, but then the event card fizzles in that land, and I don't know. I haven't been 100% convinced that adding a beast to a land without one is an event to shoot for. Do I play the board game version? I have the board game, but I don't really have friends to play with, I'll be honest. I keep trying to find friends to play with, but no one ever wants to. I don't really have board game friends. I have like casual friends that like to have like non-smart games. You know what I mean? Each board, so it's only this one. Okay. Well, I'm gonna push you over to D6. 2 fear cards. Each player moves an explorer town from a land with beasts, disease, or at least 2 Dahan. I mean, that's not building. That's blowing up. Can't target that. That's not doing anything. But I guess this stops display. Okay. And we could just do this to get rid of them, or at least, I don't know. Not have to defend that is valid. We have 2 actions left. I want to remove these 2 towns because it stops visibility, right? Like this part of the island is now isolated. You have many board games locked away, ready for the day you finally find friends to play them with. Yeah. Fully with you. At each land with buildings, destroy 1 explorer per town and 2 explorers per city. Man, I destroyed these I destroyed those towns, and now they're not killing explorers, but like they're not doing anything right now anyway. We are blighting the island. Let's do the ravages that are solved first. There is a blight card that adds buildings. There is a blight card that removes buildings. So let's do the ones that are solved first. I think that's all of them, right? Nothing there. Nothing there. Only the blight. Only the blight. Because I mean, there's also one that says immediately each spirit destroys presence, in which case we could remove the presence in the lands where presence is getting destroyed. So let's do this one. Cascade there. Blights the island. Aid from lesser spirits. Oh boy, this is fun. Immediately draw a minor power card per player plus 1 more. Give 1 to each spirit. They may be used every turn as if played, but cost no card plays or energy. Place the unselected card in the minor powers discard pile. Oh boy. So, basically elements, right? Basically elements. Gift of power on Serpent. Beautiful. There is no fire. This is the only fire card. There's no fire moon. This fire card could go. It could go to Serpent, actually. I mean, like, this is a good Serpent card. This could go to Serpent because it's fire water, but no, it's sun and air, an animal, which is not super great. This is fine for river because it's sun water. I'm not going to look at the effects first. I'm going to look at the elements and then decide from there. Like 3 of these are moon, water, earth, so it's kind of a bad draw, but whatever. This is also the only fire card, so that could go over to raising heat. But I guess river wants water more than it wants sun, so it could take one of the water cards that aren't fire. Any of these have air on them? No. Give the power on Serpent because 1, it has Serpent on it, and 2, it gives a plant which unlocks Serpent Wakes permanently, and also the moon and earth are good for the right, and the water is also good for the left, so that's a good card for Serpent, that's for sure. Shadows likes moon, so those are fine for Serpent, for Shadows. We could try to find one that gives Earth an animal. It'll be these two that could power up Infestation on the future turn. Talons of Lightning wants fire air, but we saw no air. There's no other majors right now. Right. Yeah, so I think this to Rising Heat primarily just because it has fire. I guess we're almost at the point where we get 2 innate fire, in which case we don't care about as much. In which case you could take an Earth. Fire for this turn does unlock your top level innate, but we probably don't need it. Yeah, so Serpent, Rising Heat, River, Shadows. All right, so now let's think about the effects. Guardian Serpent adds beasts, which comboing with Infestation is cool. Also provides defend, which is nice. Pull Beneath does damage and fear and stuff. Okay. It could combo with Rising Heat, so it could just go to Rising Heat. Blood draws predators after... This is a new one. After the next time invaders are destroyed in target land, add a beasts, then 1 damage per beasts. Count max 3 beasts. After the next time invaders are destroyed, add a beasts, and then do more damage. Oh boy. That seems like a really fun card for Rising Heat, honestly. Main downside is that we can't use it this turn because it's fast. We could gain the 3 slow powers just so we could use them immediately, but I mean, at the same time, the fast phase will come up. But we can't do that. Infested Aquifers. If the target land has any disease, a damage to each invader, or if target land is mountain wetlands, a fear and add a disease. I'm just gonna click Gift of Power on Serpent, honestly. Like, I'm fine with that. River Surges. You're always in wetlands, so Pull Beneath is okay for that. So I think I'm gonna do that. Rising Heat, just take Blood Draws. Shadows, take Guardian Serpents. Alright, cool. Now the other ones are just Blight, and we can't stop it. Invaders build the jungles. Skip build. Skip build. Yes. And then wetlands. Okay. I'm fine with this. I mean, it's basically the same as B1, but it's not coastal, so that's better. This is blighted. Sorry, it has invaders. This has invaders. And I mean, this one's blighted, so I guess it's that one. Okay, we still have an any here. So earth or plant, so we can't get the second one. Earth allows us to kill a city if we're in that land, but we're not. But we also can't really do anything else, so might as well do that. This is a point of no return, I suppose, but we can't play this power anyway. Let me just go back, actually. Let's do this as a point of no return. Who wants the minor power? River could play 5 cards next turn. If we do that, it could be fun. You're reclaiming. Yeah, so this goes to River. Uncanny Melting gives the sun water. Defend 2 if no invaders present. Gather up to 2 explorers. Does maybe stop a wetlands thing? Stop some of these inner explorers or things. Dry wood explodes in smoldering splinters. 0 range, not wetlands. You may pay 1 energy to make this power fast. 2 fear, 1 damage. But yeah, if my goal is to have like Hyper Innate next turn, I probably want elements. This technically also is elements. It's water. I'm gonna take Sun Water though. Who has plus range? Me. I can pull beneath anywhere. Although my presence would like to be available. 2 damage to each invader. Honestly, C8's a really good place for that. H6 would be nice too, but I can't target that. Alright, myself. Yeah, I don't have any use for elements, weirdly. Alright, what about this? 2 damage to explorers only, and then 4 damage, and then 1 damage to each invader. Can I hit this? No. Can I hit a good wetlands? Not yet, but I do have Stinging Sandstorm. Rouse the trees, 2 damage, push an explorer, but not in a blighted land, so not the stupid land. All right, what about, okay. This jungle's the worst one. That's, both of those are blighting, but yeah, so Serpent Rouse is there. Wish that, I would probably not like that land. H7 we have set up to not worry about, at least, because both buildings are strifed and the land is diseased, so they're not a threat there, which is nice. What's my plan for H6? I don't know. But yeah, massive flooding here is the richest target for that. Pull beneath here. Wash away here. So Scorch is overkill for C5, but like, do we have any other place we could do it? B3, but it's not doing anything. And our presence is like all over here, so like a lot of this is kind of wasted. So just stop this build, really? Kind of sad. Kind of sad. If I gather this presence, I kill this town. Yep. And then kill this town. Okay. Not bad. So Shadows is reclaiming. Let's gain a minor since you have a major. Strong and constant currents. Push 1 explorer town to an adjacent coastal land, or move up to 2 Dahan between target land and 1 other coastal land. This says move, so I feel like you can actually put this like wherever you want. Right? Like, what's the other one that allows that? It's the major with Dahan. Rapid Wings. Move up to 5 Dahan to any land. Move up to 5 Dahan to any land. The word move means that you can put it wherever you freaking want. Push gather is specific. Move is different. In any case, we have a permanent Guardian Serpents, so like, this land's defended with Guardian Serpents, so that's cool. We could also bring in Infestation for whatever reason, like, I guess because we can, but that doesn't seem super great to just do that. We could do Infestation in D3. Do you have range there? Yes, and that's a better spot since that is building. I mean, I guess it'd be better if we had the threshold on it. Which we can actually get if I play this and an animal card. Yeah, okay. After this power causes invaders to skip an action for damage. So we can kill an explorer in town and city with that way. Okay. I don't know what else I want to do with that. You're reclaiming one. I guess I could have clicked this to do things, but I can also place 2 presents. I like that. You're reclaiming. Major time for you, I'd say. Fire and flood. This card has both elements on it. This card has both elements on it. We can do 8 damage and millions of lands. I like that. Okay, cool. Or 4 and 2. Or 4 and 12. Because you can actually double these. I always thought this meant you could do 8 and 8, but you can do 4 and 12. It's that one, right? Also, Bargains of Power and Protection. Remove one of your presence on the island from the game. From now on, each Dahan within range 1 of your presence provides defend 1 in its land, and you gain 1 less energy each turn. But if you have 3 sun, 2 water, 2 earths, the presence instead comes from your presence track. From now on, each Dahan within range 1 of your presence provides defend 1 in its land. Dang. Like, this targets a land, but this effect is, like, permanent. This effect stacks if used multiple times, to be clear. Yay. Like, it doesn't even have, like, this land doesn't matter. You just have to be in a land with Dahan. And then you remove 1 of your presence on the island, maybe from the energy track, or presence track anyway, so you technically are growing. Holy smokes. We have a sun and water from this too, so I just have to have earths, which I also have a lot of. I need 1 more sun and earth. This card does it. Holy smokes. Does that defend do much, though? Not this turn. But it stacks. And like I get 1 less energy each turn, but I also have like river to give me energy every turn. On the other hand, fire and flood. Man. I want everything. The major problem is that like this side of the board is dead and this side is not dead. I guess like these guys exist. I just want to click this because it's unique. So I'm going to do it. And sweltering exhaustion we get rid of at this point. I mean, skipping actions are pretty cool, but I mean, you want to be more offensive than that, right? I guess you're gaining a power, but you're playing Talons, right? If you can afford it. You're playing Talons, you're reclaiming 1, you would like to gain a free power, I guess, or use a free power. Okay. There's certainly a place for Talons, right? H7. Okay, cool. This is a free power. Scream disease into the wind. Target spirit gets +1 range with all their powers. Once this turn, after target spirit uses a power targeting a land, they may add a disease to that land. Or Call of the Dahan Ways, and we already have the threshold because we have an innate moon and our power is moon. That's cute. You don't actually have a free power. Lure of the Unknown it is. Shadows flicker like flames. Do you want any of these powers? Call of Bloodshed, sure. Okay. In your presence, You have 4 out of 7. Yay. Do you need sacred sites? No. Let's get you... You can't get anywhere closer to D3. That's tragic. Put you in D1. Seems good. You're playing 4 cards. Let's play the cool one. Let's play this because it unlocks this threshold. So now you're placing presents from your track, or not placing it, but removing a presence from your track from the game. You can also grow through sacrifice to also destroy one of your presents. And also grow. Are we winning yet? Seems like we're winning. I'm just clicking cards. Let's just do gifts. Why not? And then you infest. And then things that unlock infest. I can't even see what you have right now. You need another air and animal. That one. Yay! Take that one too, I guess. You have a fire card though you could play? No. Okay. Alright. Still haven't done river. Boon of Vigor. Presences. Just make things happen. Boon of Vigor. From now on. Yep. I now have 5 players and a fire. Was that my destroy presence? It was, right? Because something got bladed. I think. I don't know. I honestly don't know. 2 energy or 2 of a single element. I don't know. Is there a jungle ravage that I haven't paid attention to? I'm looking at mountains. That's why I'm being an idiot right now. It's that one, right? But Guardian Serpents. Guardian Serpents. All right, no blight. Lure of the Unknown to stop that city. Let's keep you in my land. Hounds of Lightning mayhem there. I know everything's strifed, but let's just kill everything because we can. Actually, no. On second thought, H6 is a better spot for that. I changed my mind because that's where all the towns are coming from. Not as much fear, but yeah. We'd never had the threshold on that. Yep. Stop that crap. Cold isolation. We can target. Oh, we don't have energy. Could have Boon of Vigor to you, I guess. It's fine. I have this. I might as well use it. Target spirit can do things. No one's over here, though, to remove that blight. River is there, but you don't need the super stack. I guess you could do that one. You remove that one. Go there. Okay. Flash Flood's gonna do anything anywhere? Kills a town. Ups a build. Sure. Still have this. Cold isolation. Just get Dahan in there so I can target it better. Sure. I can give 2 energy to Serpent, I guess is fine for that. I gain an element! Yes! I take water, I guess. I don't know. None of these have thresholds. I guess I could have done gift of searing heat on serpent on shadows. And that would have been fine. Whatever, have more energy. I don't care. Whatever. God. Blood draws predators. After the next time invaders are destroyed in target land, add beasts. Then 1 damage per beast. I could have probably waited or done this earlier. Oh well. Oh well. Jungle Ravage doing anything? Not really. But surely we're gonna destroy invaders somewhere that I'm close to, right? Right, guys? Right? There's like no one by me. Why is there no one by me? That one. Cultural assimilation in a land with exactly 1 Dahan that is or is adjacent to a city. Like, I made another Dahan. Each beast steals 2 damage. Remove any tokens that destroys buildings. On each board, choose a land with at least 2 Dahan and at least 2 buildings. Each Dahan destroys a building. Add a blight. Jeff Dugan. Also Jeff Dugan. Man, Jeff Dugan, why? That was on me. I set the bar too low. I'm just gonna kill the explorer. It's fine. I'll kill 2 explorers. That's fine. I will kill the town that got stupidly added. That's fine. Actually, oh, I could have done that better. I didn't realize there were 2 beasts there. So this guy, I can kill the city. Actually, I like killing the city. Stupid city that made that Jeff Dugan thing happen. Damn it, I didn't want to hit the city. Or I could have hit reset damage. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm gonna hit cheese for me now. I'm gonna hit the city this time just to be different. It could be hit with massive flooding now, I guess is the benefit of that. Explorer does not affect coastal lands. Lands with disease are not a source of invaders when exploring. Skip. All right. That is a thing. That is better. Strife, I guess. Or sorry, not Strife. Blight, I guess. That's better. All right. Slow pace. I just kind of want to kill those guys, but I don't know if I should. I have this. Give that to River. Yes. Once this turn, target spirit may repeat the lowest cost power card they have in play by paying its cost again. You may do likewise. I approve. Your any doesn't trigger that. The earth does trigger that. All right. Yourself. Serpent rouses. Favors called due. So thankfully this beast actually destroyed everything in D3 for us. Yay! Also, infestation killed everything in there for us. I'm happy with that. Throw Dahan in here. Does not outnumber. Ask me if I care. Or I do not think I do. There's nothing else in my lands, but we could push maybe. Scorch with waves of heat is 1,000,000 damage. But I'm probably just gonna throw in C2. Because the way I'm playing this is weird. We're at a point where we're winning, but we're not winning. We're dominating the invaders, but we're not getting enough fear to get to the right victory level. Remove that blade. Remove that blade. I can remove that blade. And then Serpent can grow in there. I like that. Okay. Also, Strife the city? Has to be in a land with city. 3 damage to explore town or Strife. So I could kill a town with that. Let's just Strife the city. Slave Rebellion is coming up after this card explores, so 2, 3, there was Slave Rebellion, revealed that, and then there's 3. Yeah, so there's one more event card and then a Slave Rebellion. So this Sans Ravage is the Slave Rebellion turn. If we could get Dahan in there, that would be cool. I just want to blow that up. Is that so wrong? I'm gonna blow it up, and you can't stop me. I guess technically these were better spots. Okay, fair enough. Let's blow this up then. And then let's call on herders to... I was gonna push up to... Okay, yeah, so let's get this guy out of the frickin' sands, and I don't need to push another Dahan. Let's keep it even. And I could just pull beneath... I could pull beneath to kill that city. Am I in a sands? No. Does this hit sands? It does. But that's okay. I'm gonna do it here anyway, just because the stupid city. It is strifed, but killing cities is good. Okay. You don't have to reclaim because you are gaining a power card and reclaiming 1, presumably. Your major is 6 energy, which is a lot. So let's just gain a minor. And probably want to absorb. I can still afford these. So 1 fear, defend 3. If beasts are present, 2 fear. Cool. Is there any blight this turn? No. Coastal cities. That one's actually a coastal city. Dang. Otherwise, city. Yeah. All of the builds that are happening on the Westport are city builds. That's fantastic. I don't know how I feel about any of those cards. You don't have a reclaim one. That's weird. I kind of want to just reclaim all and spam bargains of power. Seems cute. But I also would probably like to put a sacred site over here with like defend 1. Seems cute as well. We do have like the Slave Rebellion coming up on the next turn, and these 2 lands do have Dahan in them, and they will have city and also like 1,000,000 towns, but still. So I think you're just gonna put presence in, or 2 presences in the mountain there. I'm willing to even commit to that. I don't have range there. Well, that's rude. I guess I don't have to have range there because I could still get there, although that's a slow power that I don't have. Oh, I have Stinging Sandstorm. Okay. Wrong one. Go back. That overlapping of panels was weird. Okay. Go there then. And play whatever you can. Cool. I guess you could gain a major. Let's go ahead and do that. Cast down into the briny deep. Also Blazing Renewal. We do have spirits with destroyed presence. Actually, Blazing Renewal with Stone and Sand is really amusing. So I'm gonna click that. And I think I ditched Flash Floods because it's 2 energy, and that's a lot of energy for something that does that much. Even though it is good elements. I don't have 3 fire, but I guess I have like Elemental Boon if I really wanted it. I could also do Gift of Nature's Connection on myself for 3 fire. And so I just need another plant and another earth. I can very easily do that. That's my plant. Another earth is Wash Away or Sky Stretches, so obviously Sky Stretches. And then Sun Water, so I can get the last one. River's Bounty. Or this. Nah, River's Bounty. Because of Slave Rebellion. Okay. You? I just want you to do Infestation. Is that so wrong? Infestation is so fun. The problem is that you don't grow ever. Guardian Serpents, but there's no real Ravage. It's really just, I would like H2 to not be a thing, but I guess we have like Sky Stretches to maybe make that work. So we still haven't decided what you're doing. This is Moon Earth. It's not really something I really need, but I'm going to take it anyway. And I think we said we were going to take Absorb Essence, place a presence, grow into H2, play the cards. A plant actually means that you can add a presence. Cool. And let's just have you grow. Because when in doubt, grow, right? Like, we could do the thing, but we could also not do the thing. So let's not do the thing. That major costs 4 energy, so let's save energy for that and gain a minor. Gold's Allure is the amazing super fast power that works in any land. Domesticated animals go berserk. 1 fear, defend 5. If you have 3 animal, or if you have 3 moons, add in beasts. Range 0 targets a land with town or city buildings. I clicked that one. It has elements. Range 1 presence. I mean, we're just gonna have stone and sand deal with those 2 lands, so I guess I'm just gonna like venture forth into board H for fun. Playing 3 cards. I guess Mantle of Dread or something. Play that one because it's new. We add the beasts. That's nice. I can't hit this one. I guess Call of Bloodshed. There is Dahan nearby, so it's fine. All right. Now what? We are absorbing essence, and we are possibly having someone place a presence for 2 or more absorb presence. So that would be River, who could place a presence for fun. So we will absorb River from the jungle stack. You can gain whatever element you want. Fantastic. Let's make it be, I don't know. We've seen a lot of things that required elements. I don't know which one. I guess fire, because there could be one that says sacred site crap. Let's also remember to do blood draws before we do something. I don't know if we even triggered it last turn. I think we didn't end up destroying. I think it was, we did it here and then we didn't kill the explorer. Hit this land? No. I can just hit any of these lands though. So let's just not like hit that one, because I'm probably also gonna do Quicken here just because I have nowhere else to use it. Stops a city from building, but like, I mean, also Blazing Renewal. Within range 2 of your presence. Also, I need to hit this threshold, which I do by hitting me and gaining 2 fires. Actually, I already had 2 fires. Wait. Hold on. Oh! I gained a fire because of... Right. I can... Okay, I can actually Have someone else gain 2 elements. Wait. 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 Wait! Gain a major power without forgetting! Wait! I guess. Just wait. Alright, Blazing Renewal time. Presence is added, so it's 4 damage. You there. Kill everything. Alright, so much for that build. Do you even have like... Oh, I guess you could do it there. Aha! Defend 5 in that land. Guardian Serpents. There's no Ravage. Is there like a wetlands I guess I should slightly defend for? I guess this one. Guardian Serpents River. Also this. Just eat a bunch of those guys. Do I even have this threshold? No. Wait, oh! Oh, right. Then damage per beast, but there's only 1 beast. Okay, fine. Well, you die. Actually, no, you don't die. You die. You know, this whole thing where I was gonna let these builds happen and then I was going to do something with... I don't even remember what, but it was gonna be cool. Oh, I was going to use freaking bargains next turn to defend these 2 lands with my presence over here. And now that's not happening. Is it okay for me to be slightly sad by that? We're still way too far away from no cities victory, but there's not very many buildings left, but I don't know. I don't know. Boon of Vigor. I'm gonna say you. Oh, you're not really playing Talons of Lightning, right? Just give it to you. So you're losing 1 energy per turn because, like... Because we did the thing. Nature's Resilience, I'm not removing a Blight. So I guess just defend this one in case some guy ends up in there for some reason. I don't know. Sky Stretches on who? Serpent Rouses could be any range, I guess, but there's only... It's not even that much. I have Massive Flooding with innate, right? So I'm gonna do Sky Stretch myself. Alright, because I was the New River's Bounty, right? This is a coastal city, right? And there's also the inland city, but this one's gonna put a town somewhere, and we never really stop that. So we just Massive Flooding that to just stop that, and then we can kill the city with Serpent Rouses. Self-sacrifice buys time. Destroy 1 presence from each spirit. The next X Blight added to the island this turn comes from the box instead of the Blight card, where X is the number of spirits. That's cool, except we're not adding any more Blight. That's tragic. On each board, add beasts to a land without buildings or Blight. Okay. On each board, gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land without Dahan setup symbols. Well, I sure would love to know what those are. Okay, so destroy a presence from each spirit. Okay. That one's fine. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. On each board, add beasts to land without buildings or blight. There's no choose for me button. That's so rude. Because per board. So, like there. This is so many beasts that we're adding, by the way. You know, like that whole thing where like you want to make sure a board has no beasts, so that some event cards add a beast to a land without one. How about we just add beasts to every land? Just add it to every land. Every land. To be fair, it kind of matters where I'm clicking because I have power that cares about beasts. I also don't really care at this point. I'm trying to finish this game at this point. I've been playing for 3 hours. I would like to have my night to myself. I was hoping to be done at 9. There's no Ravage, so like, no, it doesn't super matter. I guess that one because things. And then, I don't know. That one because things. There's maybe an event card that removes Blight from a land with 2 or more Dahan, right? Right guys, right? I'm gonna click that one. Each player may gather an explorer into a land with buildings or gather a town into a land with city. There's no cities next to you. There's no towns next to you. And that's the only 2 builds? Yeah, so like this does nothing at all. Is there a Ravage? I guess this is a Ravage, but there's no Dahan there. That's a Ravage, but there's no Dahan there. So that sucks. I can't even kill things with this. Skip. Fans and wetlands. That stupid town is in the worst spot. It saw 2 more lands. Oh well. At least they didn't do much down here. So I have that going for me, which is nice. You. Sunset's fire flows across the land. 1 fear, 1 damage. You may pay 1 energy to deal 1 damage in an adjacent land. It has elements on it. I like that. Do I want things for this for any reason? Not particularly. I'll just click that one. I'm gonna start playing faster and looser. Bam, and then I can place a presence and gain a major and crap. So bam, and then you also place a presence. Oh my god, this is so broken. And then you also gain a major without forgetting. Storm Swath, 2 fear in both origin land and target land, 1 damage to each invader. If you have 2 fire, 3 air, 2 water, +1 fear, this power has +1 range. And a land adjacent to both origin and target, 1 damage to each invader. In lands where you did damage, destroy a town. Okay. I suppose you could target the origin land with this, and then it's 2 damage to each invader, which is cool. Unleash a torrent of the self's own essence. Gain 4 energy. You may forget a power card to gain 4 more energy, or pay X energy minimum 1 to deal X damage in a land at range 0. If you have 2 sun, 3 fire, you may do both. Sleep and never waken. I used this one the other time. Invaders skip all actions and target land. 1 fear per 2 explorers. This power removes. Remove up to 2 explorers. If you have 3 moon, 2 air, 2 animal, remove up to 6 explorers from among your lands. By the time you're willing to spend 2 energy on tiniest Storm Swath, I'd probably be better served digging for a major that does real things. This card doesn't do anything. Yeah, so the threshold makes a 3rd land be dealt damage and sometimes kills towns. Wait, on tiniest Storm Swath, what does tiniest mean? Oh. Oh, didn't I even just look at that on River? Didn't I just like literally add that? Sunset's fire is tiniest Storm Swath. I literally just added it. Ah! I just added it because I don't care anymore. I'm gonna click this one because it sounds fun. Why couldn't I forget a power? All right, can we just kill cities and win the game maybe, please? City is so far away from like everyone. I could reverse bounty. No, I can't. I don't have range. All right, so what's happening with Slave Rebellion? Destroy town, add a strife to any 2 buildings. Every invader takes a damage per strife it has, and then invaders with strife take damage per Dahan person. So technically the city's converting into a Dahan forcibly. What other towns are there on the board? There's a lot of explorers. But like, can we just win by the Slave Rebellion? If I do this right? Because like, there's no buildings on any of these other boards at this point. It's just up here. So what we really need to have happen is to deal with this stuff in H8. Surely we can do that, right? Pay X energy, minimum 1 to deal X damage in a land at range 0. But what if that's +1 range? Oh. Can I get presence in there? Don't have range. Don't have range. Stupid Sandstorm. Stupid sexy Flanders. Okay, I can at least do this, right? I can reverse... Again, I can't do that. Why am I an idiot? And then this doesn't work. I wish I could target this land, but I can't. Stupid sexy Flanders. I love that expression. Okay. Oh, there's a town there. Oh, there's a town here. There was a town there. Also this. Don't really have sacred sites in good places. How about I just kill everything? I had so many moons and fires, I just killed both things. That's fine, I don't really care. We can get more Dahan, but that's too slow. We gotta do that. We gotta do that. We gotta do that. We have Blazing Renewal. We can do that, right? Blazing Renewal on you? Yuck. What if I just have you grow into there? And I Blazing Renewal you? Just do that. That seems like it works. Can I kill you guys? Can I reverse bounty there? No. Yes? No? Wait, what? What did I do? Oh, I think I somehow hit a wetland nearby. Still have the music for gathering, by the way, even though I hit undo. Seems like a bug. Literally unplayable. But yeah, I think we just have to kill this town, but like there's ways to do it. Blazing Renewal there, kill this town fast, we win. Yay, we did it! We saved the world. Oh, can I do this? I can do this. Mantle Tread myself. Push this town here. Call the bloodshed there. Damage. Okay. And then reverse bounty for kicks. And honestly, just reclaim all and play the same powers just to guarantee I can hit the threshold. I'm gonna play a major, so I'm gonna gain a minor, add a wilds, or push an explorer. Fantastic. Confounding Mists. Confounding Mist. There. Thank you. That one. That one. I guess technically I have three fires now, so I can actually do this myself. can actually just do this myself, right? I need plants. Weird. This plant doesn't come with anything. If only there was a way for me to get, like, 2 earths. Or 2 fires. 2 fires. If only there's a way for me to get 2 fires. Wait, I already have an innate earth. Why was I trying to get earths? Hold on. Hold on, let me start over again. Alright, I need 2 fires, 1 earth, 1 plant. So 2 fires, 1 earth, 1 plant. I don't know what math is. Oh, I hit River's Bounty, that's what. Okay. There we go. Fan-flippin-tastic. Every other spirit will just do whatever they feel like doing. Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. We've cycled through the entire power deck at this point. Yay! Two Sun, 3 Fire. We did it. And I can still do this with just the power cards that I've played. That is nuts. Reclaim. This was your major. I want a new major. Fantastic. Fan-flippin-tastic. Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? Do I have that? I do. Do I have that? I need an air. Fan-flippin-tastic. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna have you reclaim all. In a minor. These are wonderful, fantastic, infested aquifers. This one. This one. I don't even know. What do I need for this? Not those. Hold on. Let me go back a step. I need an animal and an air. That one. We did it! Add beasts. Add beast. Cool. Am I done? I have more power cards to play. No. Fantastic. This was such a great turn. Oh, I was gonna have you place 2 presents in there, and then I didn't. Uh-oh. Ow. Ow. I can do Earth Sacrifice, actually. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can destroy my presents and place a presence. And this, then this, and then this. Yay! 15 hours later. You know, 15 minutes of that last turn was just me clicking power cards. I mean, why did I play a 4-spirit game knowing that it's gonna take 3 hours? I don't know. 67 points, 10 for victory, 45 for difficulty 9, 8 for the 4 remaining invader cards, 7 for the 30 surviving Dahan, -3 for the 12 blade. Someone's gonna say it's 2 points too short. I'm gonna say it's 13 points too many. Second wave? No. But yeah, there we go. France 5. So I probably need to play more adversaries at level 5 and level 6. Because like France 5 wasn't really doing anything other than it made the... It wasn't even the extra fear card that made that even worse. Like, the slow healing ecosystem barely did anything, right? Like, we had 3 blight on this card. It wasn't stopping us from blading the island. I think that turn we were blading the island even without slow healing ecosystem. And yeah, and the extra fear card didn't matter. We weren't even hitting terror level 3. So like, this didn't really matter, right? The only difference with France 6, another fear card that wouldn't have mattered in that game. But after resolving an Explorer card on each board, add an Explorer to a land without any. Fear card effects never remove Explorers. If one would, you may instead push that Explorer. Slow healing ecosystem either matters not at all or a lot. Fair enough. But yeah, like I feel like I've kind of gotten myself in the mentality that adversaries at level 4 are the difficulty I would only ever really want to play them at, and 5 and 6 are the unfair levels. But I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think it's just one of those things that I've just assumed, like, I can't play the highest difficulty because I'm going to automatically lose, but I don't think that's really true anymore. I'm either better at the game, or I'm more confident at the game, or I'm delusional. I'm not sure which, but I should play at higher levels more. But anyway, I should probably, since I was saying this is going on for a while, I should probably just stop, huh? Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your stay. I don't mean to complain. It's just, I've had long days lately, and having an hour to myself would be so nice. But yeah, thanks for watching. Check out the other streams they have in this channel. Every Sunday at, before that, every Friday at 4 p.m. is Luck of the Seamus with Seamus the Hug Monster. Every Sunday at 1 p.m. is Spirit Island Sundays with Seamus the Hug Monster. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is Handelabra Live with John, and every Thursday at 7 p.m. is Dolphins Dive with yours truly. Handelabra products include Sentinels of the Multiverse, Sentinels of Earth Prime, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, One Deck Galaxy, Aeon's End, Spirit Island, and Horizons of Spirit Island. Most of them are on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. Actually, all of them are on Steam, most are on iOS and Android. One Deck Dungeon is also on Switch. You can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. But that is it for me tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night. Peace.